Hey there, 9 fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're taking a look at NECA Toys' 9 Character 9 action figure from the film 9. This came out in 2009, and I passed on it at the time because I hadn't seen the movie, and I'd kind of regretted it ever since, and the prices had only gone up and up and up, so I finally broke down and bought one, and he cost me, I think, about $30 from Redford Films. So I tossed him in with my Expendables figures and saved on shipping, so it wasn't too bad overall. But initially this was about, I think, 12 to 14 bucks at TRU's at the time. So it's still a few years back. But classic packaging, you know, clamshell and everything. Down here it says Character 9. I guess it's kind of difficult because if you type in NECA 9, you're going to get like 500,000 responses from Google or eBay or whatever, so they specifically chose to call it Character 9 to make it a little bit easier, so hopefully that may ease your search if you are looking for one of these guys. It took me a while to find him in particular, but you know, there's the shot of the logo there at the top, very cool. Shot of him from the movie, more shots of him from the film. On the back we've got a little information about the story. Sorry if it's so reflective. A bit about the story there. Well, actually more about the movie really than just the story. A little bit about Character 1, who's the oldest one, and I think he was played by Christopher Plummer. And up here is the profile for 9, who was played by Frodo, whose name I'm spacing on now. Yeah, I can't think of his name. Ethan, I don't know, Evan, I have no idea. But anyway, let's get this guy out of the packaging and see what he's like. So here's 9 out of packaging. He looks really, really, really nice. I really like the design, and they did a great job of sculpting and painting this guy to make him look just absolutely fantastic. Now, real quick to get out of the way, NECA usually makes their toys in a 7-inch scale, but because this guy was actually supposed to be a doll, he's, I don't know, he's either probably, I wasn't thinking that they were this small, but it has been a while since I've seen the movie, so I would say he's either close to 1-to-1, or if this was like a Japanese toy, they would just call it non-scale, meaning it didn't really fit in with anything else, but basically, like when I put this guy next to him, that's not a proper scale relation. Like, he would actually be very small compared to him, like down here. So, just so you guys know, that actually would have been kind of a fun accessory, like a small version of him that you could just put with the other 7-inch scale figures. But this guy, as I said, does look great. You see, they did a great job recreating the kind of burlap sack, potato sack type of look on him. He's got those great brass eyepieces there. This is actually plastic. I know it looks metal. It looks great. And I guess if you use that as a point of reference, it's probably, yeah, pretty close to 1-to-1. Very nice, though. It hangs on its own. You can see they sculpted the zipper there, and it looks very, very realistic. I mean, you could easily assume, if you didn't know what you were doing, that you could just take that and you would probably break the zipper off. So, very, very nice. The 9 number here on his back, not lit up or anything, but very cool. Stitching going all the way around here. Did a fantastic job with that. These holes here are just for the wires in the arms, because there's no articulation outside of bendy arms. But yeah, very, very nicely done. The wash done over the body really adds a great sense of depth to something so small. So I dig it. Wraps here, and then kind of metallic looking feet there on the bottom. They look like they have a hinge there, but that's just by design. They don't actually have a hinge, so still very cool. Peg holes on the bottom of the feet, and just you can get a look at the hands. Kind of another brass type of look. Various pieces kind of melded together, maybe leather going over them. Very, very cool. As far as accessories, this guy comes with a few. For one, he comes with his staff. I don't think it had like a proper name or anything in the movie, but like I said, it's been a while. But it's like a bulb, and you can see the filament inside, wires coming down, and how the circuit works here. Very, very cool. And the staff, has some nice flourishes on it as well. Brass bolts or screws, depending on how you want to look at them. Nice weathering done on it. Very, very nicely done. And that is actually a little taller than him, so it looks really great with him. He comes with an extra hand for holding said staff. So it's just a grippy hand. If you wanted to put something else in it, I'm sure you could. And then he comes with the talisman from the movie. So it doesn't have any moving parts or anything, but a solid piece of recreation. Very cool. I really like the sort of brass colors and the copper colors all mixed together, and there's even a little bit hint of some glowing from the letters on it, or the runes, or whatever you want to call them. So very, very cool. He can kind of hold that in his hands. So far, I've just been kind of resting it there. I haven't found the perfect grippy spot or anything. But his hands are a little bit flexible, so I might be able to find a way to kind of work it into place. But anyway, articulation. He's got a ball-jointed head that is jointed at the base of the neck instead of the base of the skull. This is a very, very tight joint, though, and the neck is somewhat rubbery, like soft plastic. So while I get great downward motion, amazing downward motion, and decent upward motion, and tilt is great, turning sort of, if I can move in a little closer, get more light in there. When I turn, you see the neck doesn't necessarily want to turn with it. So I'm worried when I try turning the head that it's going to tear that joint right off, and I don't want to do that. So for probably perpetuity, he will be looking straight forward, which is kind of fine with me. Nothing in the shoulder area. This is it may be hard to see, but there's actually like a seam there where this is the flexible rubber and this is the plastic of the body. I mean, this is hard plastic, but you can't really tell because the paint was so well done. So very nice work there, NECA. We've got swivel wrists. They kind of look like balls at first because of the way ball joints, because of the way it's designed, but if you were to tug on it, you can see it pulls straight off. So it is a swivel joint. And there's nothing in the midsection, nothing in the hips, nothing in the knees, nothing at all, till we get down to the ankles, which are ball jointed. And I guess this is really just to help you find that perfect spot for him to stand in, or if you wanted him standing on something, you can kind of turn them inwards, like if it was, cylindrical or spherical in some way. But other than that, they don't really serve a whole lot of purpose. They're very long, though, so if you set him down and kind of lean him forward, he holds up pretty well under his own weight. So that's pretty impressive. So we'll just take a look at that staff. We pop this hand off, very easy to do. Just pull, take the other hand, pop it on, and try to get this staff in his hand. It looks like I'm going to have to kind of... See, his arms are bendy, so they're not, they can't get like right angles or anything like that. They're just going to kind of be sort of impressions of right angles, not perfect. Oh, so his hand just popped off. Okay. Well, so that's that. His hand popped off. That's apparently two pieces. I did not realize that. So, I don't think it's supposed to separate there. I think that's supposed to be glued. But since it's off, you can go ahead and put his staff in his hand and close his fist around it. And that's definitely not supposed to be that way. Okay, so that just popped off. That may only be a situation on mine. I really don't know. I really wouldn't have expected that to be two parts glued together. That's kind of surprising to me. But I'll just super glue that and fix that up. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. But anyway, like I said, I paid about $30 for this guy. It's a huge premium. But he's sort of dated at this point. He's an older figure, and he seems to be harder to come by. I don't know if people just aren't getting rid of him or what, but prices are pretty much through the roof. $30 is, for me, just because I'm a big NECA fan and I like the look of the character, and I'm trying to fill some holes in my collection. If you're a big fan of the movie, $30 might not be so bad. If you're just a casual action figure fan or a casual NECA fan, he's definitely not representative of what NECA's doing these days, like with the hyper articulation and stuff like that. So he may not be a must-buy for you, but for me, I definitely wanted to pick him up. If you are just kind of casual, I would say 10 to 15 bucks, 20 at the most, if that's what you're, if you kind of like his look. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or comments, I will try to fix this hand, and if I'm successful, I'll put some note in the video about it. But yeah, questions, comments, put them in the box below. Anything at all. Yeah, I like to talk about toys, so if there's any way I can help you, let me know. So thanks a lot, guys, for stopping by, and I will talk to you later. Bye.